If you're in the market to buy or sell a home, whether it's tomorrow or whether it's 6 months from now or whether it's a year from now, I would love for you to contact me. I'd love to come up with a plan to help meet those goals that you have. My name is Jeremy Lucas. I am a real estate agent with Berkshire Hathaway right here in Terre Haute, Indiana. I sell houses, so anybody in the Wabash Valley looking to sell, buy, invest, that's where I can be your guy. Being prepared is the number one thing that I can help you out with from the start. So having a conversation with a lender, coming up with a financing plan, understanding what type of loan that you're going to be qualified for, that's going to dictate how we go about looking at homes. Once you've got the financing straightened out, it's very easy to say in this fast-paced market over the last 5 years, you got to be ready to pull the trigger, you got to be ready to think quick. And I try to deviate from that because I know how much pressure is behind making that decision, right? It's not just buying a home, it's moving your family, it's moving into a new community potentially. It's getting connected into a place that you've maybe never been before. So I try to prepare my buyers as much as possible to be ready to make a decision quickly, but without the pressure of you have to make a decision quickly. What I feel like I try to do really well is the prep work of what are your goals? What is this house for? Is this a forever home or is this a 3 to 5 year home? Because that's going to make a big difference in the way we go about, searching for what you want, what neighborhood you want to be in, right? What kind of resale value is that home going to have in that time frame you're looking at? So there's a lot of things that, if I just show up to a house with a buyer and say, hey, nice to meet you, I'm Jeremy, let's go looking for houses, that I don't get to know about you. So I really try to get to know the person first, their goals, their family, where they're wanting to be, what vibe they're trying to have in a home. That way, before we even start looking, we have a plan of what their goals are. I think what sets me apart from other people in the industry and other real estate agents in the area is that, number one, I was born and raised here in Terre Haute. I grew up on the south end, moved to West Terre Haute as a kid, went to West Vigo High School, came to Indiana State, played ball at Indiana State until I was 21. And this is home for me, right? And I spent some time away during my baseball career, which, like I said, really helped me appreciate and understand why I wanted to be back in Terre Haute. And really, to me, it's the community, right? The relationships that you've created, which is why I got into an industry that is very relational based. Having that local expertise, I think, of not just the market, but neighborhoods and areas, I feel like helps me help the buyer understand better, where they're moving to and what schools they're going to and what's around the area for shopping and recreation and all those types of things. What I try to focus on is that relationships store up trust. I can get somebody to the closing table, but if they don't trust me after that, I'm probably not going to be their agent the next time, right? And that's how I measure my success, is how many clients are going to use me again because the process was smooth, or I helped them through a hard thing, or they trust me because I helped them make decisions throughout the process that are in your best interest, that match your goals, not, how do I, as quickly as possible, get you to the closing table. And I think a lot of people feel that pressure in this industry, and it doesn't have to be that way. I think pressure comes from unpreparedness. So if I can prepare you in the best way I can to experience the market for the way it is, you're not going to feel as much pressure because going in, what you're going to potentially experience. And that's my goal, is to help people feel prepared so when the decision making comes, they feel at peace about it and they feel confident with it, not, I hope I'm making the right decision. The advantage of pricing your house right is to maximize the amount of money you're going to make and to sell it as quickly as possible. But what I found over time, the more competitively you price, the more buyers you appeal to, that price is going to get driven up there. How do we advertise this place? How do we list this place at a price where we're going to get a lot of people through the door quickly and sell it quickly? So contact me at 812-230-4908. You can text me, you can call me, or email me, jlucas@newlin-miller.com, social media. Any way you can find me, I'd love to hear from you.